Welcome to the Through the Back podcast. Just a quick apologies for the last couple of weeks. We do only have Zoom for 40 minutes and stream, so it is quite difficult to get it nailed on every week.
Yeah,
we've
had a few technical difficulties along the way.
Had a couple of technical difficulties on the way, but we're going to try and get this one up ASAP, and we might even get another one after this, talking about fixtures and transfers and stuff, just to treat you all to two videos. Obviously Morgan looks a bit different right now. He's also having some technical difficulties right now, but we've also got Josh Crowlin to help us along the way. He is probably going to appear halfway through the video, so he can introduce himself when he comes. But we're going to start off, obviously, the games we've missed over the last week or so. So we're just going to do the main ones. So we'll start on Tuesday, the February the 2nd. We had
big result.
Crystal Palace 2, Newcastle 1, Wolves 2, Arsenal 1, Sheffield United 2, West Brom 1, and then we've obviously got the Manchester United 9, Southampton 0. So we'll start with the Sheffield West Brom. Huge win for the Blades. Huge.
Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Are they going to surprise everyone?
I can't see it happening. I think
can't
the
see it
bottom three now.
Either, but
I think the bottom three now is the bottom three.
I agree with that. But I think they're not gonna, go 3 weeks ago. I really did think that they were gonna head on like a derby level of points sort of stuff. When they got like 4 points in the season. But I don't think it'll be as embarrassing as people thought.
Yeah.
But I think,
there's no fluke that they did so well last season, and this season they've lost games by like 1 goal.
Yeah.
Or
like it's games they would have won last year, sort of thing. But yeah, then we've got Wolves versus Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal down to 9 men. A lot of controversy with the first red card.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Leno red card was absolutely blatant. You can't really get any more stonewall. He's parried it about 40 yards out of his box.
What's your opinion on the first red card?
It's never a red card. And we've got another talking point as well, which we might talk about in the second one, is obviously there was another red card in the Southampton game, which has got overturned, but David hasn't.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But first,
I want to say, for the Louise red card, yes, by the letter of the law, it's a red card. But I think the ref should be able to step in and go, no, it's not.
Yeah, I agree.
What gets it for me is, so the rule is, we'll go over this rule after as well, because I'm not quite sure on the rule, but apparently, like, if you make an attempt for the ball, it's not a red.
Yeah, so basically, if David Luiz went sliding in and took him out, he would have got a yellow.
If David Luiz absolutely took his legs out, it wouldn't have been a red.
No, literally, he would have got a yellow.
In the motion of running back to save a goal, and his knee has clipped it, it's a red card.
Yeah, it's the same as the Christiansen red card against Liverpool, because there was no intent to play the ball. He just rugby tackled Mane. It was a red card. But if he slid in and took Mane completely out, it'd be a yellow card because of the it's so silly. It's so silly.
It would be a red card if it was a dangerous tackle going for the ball than just...
Yeah, forget the red card, though. Do you two even think it was a penalty?
No,
I didn't think it was a penalty either. They're both just running.
Guys,
they're both running.
And the thing is, it's just unfortunate for William Jose that he's clipped him.
Yeah, literally.
Because from my point of view, William Jose's heel struck Louise rather than Louise hitting his...
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
We can talk about the law and the rules and stuff after, because I can imagine there's a lot of controversy around what people think about certain rules and whatever.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace 2, Newcastle 1. I think we all said we did make a video which didn't go up, so there were predictions for these results, but it got a bit. Kyle Gordon had a little bit of a nightmare.
No, I didn't have a nightmare. It just didn't record for some reason. even though it said it was recording, but it didn't. So, yeah, not great.
Yeah, we've got Palace 2, Newcastle 1. Newcastle still in a bit of a slump. Better. I thought they contested well. I watched the highlights, but I think we said Palace has had enough to sort of see them off. And then obviously we got Manchester United 9, Southampton 0. It's the second time Southampton have been 9-0 in 2 seasons now. It's one of them. I'm looking at how the game went here. Obviously, the red card first 2 minutes. I don't think any of the boys can really have any.
Yeah, no. When I saw it, I winced. I was like, that is a horrible challenge.
Horrible challenge. I think McTominay has done well to come away with no sort of injury there.
Mockery.
Very well.
Yeah. And then obviously, when I thought Southampton played well for the 60 minutes, the 60 seconds, they had 11 men on the pitch. But obviously, when you're down then 10 men after 2 minutes, it's an uphill climb.
It's always going to be difficult.
And then Wan-Bissaka, Rashford, and then obviously Bednarak got the own goal. So if you do have him in your fantasy team, I can imagine you don't have him in this week.
Jesus.
Yeah, obviously he got the own goal. And then another controversial decision then was the Bednarak sending off 86th minute when, in my opinion, there's no contact on Martial at all.
It was not a penalty. When I saw it, I said it's not a penalty. Ex-referees who work for like BT and Sky and that have turned around and said it's not a penalty. I don't understand how professional referees have come to the decision to give a penalty and a red card. I really don't get it.
And another thing we can talk about as well is I saw a tweet the other day and it was VAR was used in the World Cup. VAR is used across the top nations in Europe. No complaints. So is it VAR or is it the actual officiating?
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest.
Because by the looks of it, VAR, the principle of VAR is good. The thought of what VAR is good. It makes the game fair. But it's when the referees are not only making the wrong decisions on the pitch. If they're making them decisions on the pitch, then it's the same sort of officials making the decisions with VAR. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to end well. So that's a talking point we can get to. But obviously, Man United 9-0. Rampant, you've got to say.
I'm still fuming about the Sheffield United game. I don't understand how Martial's goal doesn't stand and Sheffield United's first goal does stand.
Yeah.
It's the consistency, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what the big issue is now.
Don't get it at all.
But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later on with some VAR decisions and whatever. Because it's a very I feel like this season of Premier League football, there's a lot of talking points in not only decisions but the way teams have played, and there's a lot of things we can talk about. Going on to Wednesday, then we've got Manchester City 2, Burnley 0. No real surprises there. City again, rampant class. We said, even though Burnley are a low block team and just sort of route one it, City can break down any team in the world. You can put 10 men behind the ball and
without Kevin De Bruyne as well. You got to give it to them.
And I think is just stepped up this season. I said last time I was on the podcast with you boys, I think he's so underrated.
Yeah, I think that shows because we can talk about strength and depth, and I'd like to ask Gordon about Liverpool's strength and depth in a minute. But it shows how you can lose a player of Kevin De Bruyne's ability, which it's not even really a debate that he's the best player in the league, but to replace it with someone that is arguably doing just as good as what he was doing prior to the injury. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's worrying for the teams around them that are thinking, can we push for the title? But it's like if United lose Bruno, what happens? If Liverpool lost Salah up top, or if we lost, I don't even know who we can lose or not, because but do you know what I mean? Or look at Spurs lose Kane, and they go shit, but they lose De Bruyne. But
I've said for the past few years, City can play 2 teams that will challenge for the title.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. That's why they're so good.
Going on to the other game then, Leicester 2, Fulham 0. No real surprises there. Leicester starting to really maintain their form now, aren't they? they're slowly cementing that place of being a top team.
Brendan Rodgers, underrated manager.
Yeah, he is. I think he is, but I don't think he'll ever get up to the standard of everyone else until he actually pushes it that one step further. So it's like with Liverpool, he got second place in the league, didn't quite win it.
Yeah.
Like with Leicester last season, was in top 4 at the end of the season, didn't quite get it.
I agree. Do you think that's down to the team or him personally? Because I was going to say, does he need a big club to win it? But like, he's been at Liverpool. Oh well,
welcome back.
I'm
back. Oh my god.
Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've been keeping up. I have been listening to what you've been saying.
Sorted. Interesting game now. We're going on to Everton versus Leeds. Everton ran out 2-1 winners.
Everton are a strange team, and they lose 2-0 to Newcastle and then beat Leeds 2-1 away.
Yeah, again, probably Leeds. I'm looking now at what they were saying defensively. Again, Leeds poor. Yeah. I don't really know how many times you've got to repeat us.
Bielsa plays nice football.
It is though. That's what it is. Bielsa plays this, but then like realistically, you concede like I'd love to know the average goal conceded per game.
Yeah, I don't know. There's two sides to it, because like I'd rather play Leeds' way of football. Like if I was a bottom table club, I'd rather play Leeds' style of football and not be great defensively.
People admire it to come into the Premier League in your first season and just literally say like, "Cock it, I'm gonna go all out and try and win games." You know what I mean? It's they can easily come up and sat back, but you've got to respect it. But then you've got to be realistic and think, well, can you afford to do it? Do you know what I mean? Let's talk about West Ham. 3-1 win against Villa.
Yeah, the Irons.
Jesse Lingard coming in, netting 2. Absolute young English talent at it.
Mr. Potato Salad as well, coming up clutch again.
Wow.
Yeah, let Josh Crowell take that one. Soychek scoring again, Crawley. What's your thoughts, mate?
I just love him. I think he's class.
Yeah.
He looks so awkward as well.
Have you seen it? It's a good finish.
Mate, yeah, he just looks awkward as well, doesn't he, when he plays? But he's just class.
Yeah. I don't know. He just scores every game, doesn't he? There's nothing else to say.
Yeah. I remember because I was watching the other game and Mock put in the group chat like he's done it again, and as soon as he said it, you know who it is.
Yeah,
literally. Like it's.
Ling's better than Grealish.
Oof,
he was in that game.
Yeah, he was in that game. There's a clip where he absolutely turns him, like he absolutely dominates him.
The thing is, right, we've loaned out Jesse Lingard because he wasn't good enough for our team. But right now, there's a spot in the United team, right attacking midfielder, where we need someone who can get goals. Jesse Lingard played there for West Ham and scored twice.
Yeah, he's probably got a lot of Manchester United fans thinking, like, what if? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he might be coming back.
What was I going to say? Another thing I could talk about Soychek is hasn't been a bad signing for West Ham, has he?
No.
He's been their best signing for a long time.
Yeah, when did he come from? Do you know where he came from?
Slavia Prague?
Yeah,
Prague. Yeah. Was it in the summer? Did he come in the summer? Yeah. Was it this
I have no idea.
No, he was here last season.
Was he?
Yeah.
He's been eating more potato salads, has he?
I want some of that potato salad.
Yeah. There's definitely someone else in that potato salad as well.
We've left this game to the end because Gordon probably knows what's coming. So we'll go Liverpool 0, Brighton 1. Back-to-back home defeats after being undefeated for two years.
68 home games.
68 games.
I think.
Talk to me, Gordon. What happened, mate? Because I watched the game, right, and I again didn't think you were good at all. You're pumping blockers into the box into like 5'10" Salah.
It's like what Klopp said after the game. Like, they just look tired. Like, even against West Ham, I was messaging you and I was like, Robertson doesn't look that great. Even though we beat West Ham 3-1, he didn't look as his usual self. Same as last game. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of, with having Van Dijk and like Gomez in the back, for example, Robertson and Trent don't have to do as much running. sort of thing. But without them, Robertson has to cover a lot more. Trent has to do a lot more. I don't know. I saw this thing. It was like 5. It was either like 5 or 6 out of the 7 or 8 world record signings we've done, like club record, are injured. The only ones that are fit is Salah and Chamberlain.
I think
I don't know.
Rival fans here. I think none of us can say you haven't been unlucky with injury.
No. I'm not using injury as an excuse, but it's like I think people are taking it too far as like, oh, Liverpool aren't the same team, and it's like then people are saying, oh, Kane's injured, so Spurs aren't the same team, or De Bruyne's injured and City won't be the same team. But we've got 5 or 6 club record signings out injured, so it's not like we've just missed one player.
Yeah,
we've got a lot of players out, and to still be in the top 4.
But I think it does leak through the team when you do lose central defenders like Van Dijk, and then you got to rotate your midfield and stuff. It does. I think it's a mental thing. Do you know what I mean? But I can't get my head why I haven't watched Liverpool in probably the last 3 years and gone, these boys won't score. Like, you don't look threatening. Salah had a chance, Brighton, and he just does. You don't look. There's no confidence in that team, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, Salah's always been like that. One game he'll score 3, and the next game he'll miss 2 sitters. Like, look at the goal he scored against West Ham the game before. That touch and finish.
Yeah.
What a finish that was. And then he misses that against Brighton. Salah's always been like that, but then Mane's been on the left wing to back him up.
Yeah.
Mane wasn't there. I don't know. It was a difficult fair play to Brighton.
Just a question to think now. Obviously, we'll talk about the league position afterwards, but obviously the form you're in now, top 4, the aim now?
I mean, realistically, top 4 is always the aim, isn't it? For every single club in the Premier League, top 4 is the aim. But once you're obviously in the top 4, the aim
is getting top 4 the realistic goal now.
Yeah,
basically, has the league gone?
I think the league was gone a long time ago. I always said before the league even started, I think City will win it this year.
I think at the point where I think, with me personally, where I saw the league go was probably, do you know that run of games you went like 3 draws in a row?
Yeah, the difference is we've gone back to the old Liverpool where we do well in big games and struggle in small games. So we've gone back to that, and we just need players back. We've brought in Kabak and Ben Davis now, which hopefully will help. But
I've got it here. Liverpool against the bottom 6. They home to Sheffield. Did you won 2-1 against Sheffield? I think.
Yeah.
You drew with Brighton away. You drew with Fulham away. You drew with Newcastle at home. You drew with Newcastle away. You lost to Burnley at home. You lost to Brighton at home. Like, they're the only teams you're dropping points against, the bottom 6.
That's what I mean. Like, that's the old Liverpool coming back. We do well in the big game.
Like, why do you think that?
I don't know. It's just because I feel like it's easier to get yourself up for a big game, isn't it? Like,
yeah, because I personally don't think you can blame the injuries on them results, because I think Liverpool's squad is good enough to beat them anyway.
Yeah, no. I'm not blaming injuries, but obviously it has an effect on the team. But the team we have, we should still be able to beat a Brighton.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I think I don't know if you boys watched the game as well, but like I watched Liverpool now, and like last year it was hard for us. If we did this last year, it would be hard for us not to sit here week in, week out as Man United fans, Chelsea fans, and say Liverpool are fantastic to watch. Like, but now I watch Liverpool and I'm like, if Chelsea were playing them next week, I'd quietly be like, okay, let's go at them. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are starting to not be afraid of you now. Do you know what I mean? Where last year, if you had Liverpool at Anfield, you were going, shit, let's keep it.
That's down to fans as well, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I guess.
I think if you're looking at that Liverpool team, I think now everyone realizes how big of an impact fans have on that team.
Yeah.
I think certain teams play better without West Ham, for example.
Yeah. Like, Liverpool thrive on having the fans
I think
there.
you could also probably put it under now, obviously, when Lampard got sacked. they'd probably sack Lampard then because they know fans won't be in the stadium to give.
Yeah.
Because I'm 95% sure they would let Abramovich know how their feelings went as soon as they walked on that pitch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, another question. I'll see what these other boys say. Like Crowley, do you think Liverpool have the strength and depth now to continuously compete for the Premier League title?
I think if you go off last season, for example, then definitely, yeah. But the injuries they've had, they're so unlucky. Like, it's not like they just had one or two. They got numerous players out. So you could do more signings, definitely. I think the signings you've just made probably aren't really good enough, let's be honest.
No.
For Liverpool Football Club. But yeah, I think next season when everyone's fit, fingers crossed if everyone is fit, there's no reason why they can't challenge again.
But like, when you look at that bench, okay, like for example, I'll give an example. You got City's bench, like we all know. You look at that bench, and there's 150 plus. Yesterday, when we talk about the Chelsea Spurs game, on our bench was Christian Pulisic, 50 million, Hakim Ziyech, 35 million.
It goes to the board though, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the difference. We don't have that sort of money to spend though.
See, but I think you do.
Nah, we don't. Not compared to a Chelsea or a City.
But then, like we said before, though, like I just think your board are tight with him, money.
Tight or smart.
Similar to the United board owners, in that the priority is not Liverpool Football Club for them.
No.
The priority for the Glazers is not Man United; it's America.
Yeah, because the United, the Glazers own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, don't they? And then Man United made all that money from Pogba, bringing in Bruno, made all that money, and instantly went out and bought the Buccaneers, the team that are now in the NFL Super Bowl on Sunday.
So I can't believe that though. When you've got something as big as Liverpool Football Club dominating European football, you dominate English football, and then you go through an injury crisis. The least Klopp deserves is a financial backing to continue that.
Yeah, I agree, but it's difficult nowadays to sign, like especially with COVID and shit. Like you don't know what sort of the clubs are going through, because they're losing now millions and millions a day.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's not like we can turn on FIFA career mode and put 70 million for McCann, he's gonna accept and you'll come in. Do you know what I mean? But like that Davis, is it Davis you signed? Is that
Ben Davis from Preston? Yeah.
Like he is nowhere near Liverpool standard.
No, but he's a cheap, good option. That Kabak, we've been looking at him for a year or two.
I think he'll be a good signing in the end.
Klopp wanted Kabak, and they got Kabak on loan with an option to buy for 18 million. A 20-year-old defender who looks very good for 18 million. Like if you take a look at our business in the last few years, Van Dijk, Alisson, big money signings. Why did we get them? Because we sold Coutinho for over 140 million.
Yeah,
it's not like we've gone out and spent 200 million, and that's it.
You know, you've signed Kabak.
Yeah.
He was from Schalke, and Schalke are the equivalent of Sheffield United in the Bundesliga at the minute.
Maybe even worse.
Yeah, but you put Van Dijk in Southampton and they don't look good. You take Van Dijk out of Southampton and put him in a world-class team, and all of a sudden he's the best centre half in the league. Like
I don't know. I just think
Schalke have a lot more problems than on the pitch.
Yeah, and Schalke are a minus 34 goal difference at the minute.
Yeah, but if you actually watch Kabak highlights and stuff throughout this season, he's actually been
yeah.
It's difficult.
Last year on FIFA, that's all he's done. He's like, oh, he's good. Well, we're going on to the Thursday kickoff game. I'm quite excited to talk about this one. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Chelsea 1. Doing one over the rivals, always nice. In my opinion, if you boys watch it, you can say, but I thought we absolutely dicked them off the park for 70 minutes.
Yeah. I watched the highlights, and I think Spurs had one very good chance.
They had one chance in the 85th minute with that
Vinicius.
Other than that, awful. They were shocking.
Yeah, Paul Merson came out and said today, they're the worst team to watch in the league.
awful.
It's not Spurs. It's Jose Mourinho.
It's
Yeah.
Jose.
But
I mean, Spurs knew they were getting that when they appointed him. They knew what football they were getting.
It's like when United had him. Like, he got a second in the league, but we got rid of him because no Man United fan wanted to watch Man United.
Yeah,
With Jose Mourinho the manager.
Spurs didn't, like, Daniel Levy didn't think, okay, who could actually take this club forward for the next few years.
For Spurs, I think now for them it's just all about trophies.
Yeah. That's why they brought
That's
Jose
why they brought him in, because he's such a pure. But it's like he's so sussed out. Everyone knows how they're gonna play.
I think if Jose Mourinho isn't gonna win, no, to be fair, he won the Europa League for Man United. But if he's not gonna win something like the FA Cup or the league at Man United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, I don't see him doing it at Tottenham.
No.
Final, the League Cup final this season, but if he doesn't win that, I can't see him getting to a final again.
No. Well, they were first at like December the 15th, 14th, or whatever. Now they haven't won in like 10. They've won one game in like the last 10.
Do you think he's done as a manager if he doesn't win anything this year?
Yeah.
After the Spurs job, then
I think Jose was done a while ago.
Yeah, but
after a second time he came back to Chelsea.
Yeah, but what I mean is he's still been given a job at Tottenham. He's still got that pull because he is Jose Mourinho.
Oh yeah.
Does that disappear if he if he doesn't win?
Sorry, isn't it? Sorry. What's the Leeds man? Bielsa. Bielsa is a legendary manager. I think Jose will probably be the same sort of thing in the future.
I think you'll still have the power to go to a job, but I personally don't believe he'll get a top job again, because
not in the Prem.
No, not in the Prem. He might go to, like, say for example now, if like I don't know, Conte left like Inter Milan, you might go back there, or like an AC, or do you know what I mean? A job like that, but you're not winning everything.
International football, maybe.
Yeah.
No.
I
think Jose's got to be too busy.
Subject. We've got 8 minutes left. Let's just quickly go through our predictions for tomorrow onwards fixtures.
Yeah.
Saturday, the 6th of February, we got Villa versus Arsenal. Good game.
Tough game.
What are you thinking?
2-1 Villa.
Going for a 2-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa.
I thought that as well. Odds are really similar, to be fair with them. It could go either way. I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal.
I'm just going to say there's no Leno before you make a prediction.
Yeah.
Because he will be suspended.
2-1 Villa.
So they're going to have that Gunnarsson in goal, aren't they?
No David Luiz.
So, no David Luiz. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Villa.
I'll back a 2-0 Villa.
Burnley Brighton. That's honestly, I'm personally going to go 1-0 Brighton. I think Brighton are playing exceptional at the moment.
Yeah.
Big game.
Really well. 1-0 Brighton, me.
0-0 from me. Don't see anything.
Go 0-0 as well. Even though Brighton are playing well, like, I don't know.
1-0.
Yeah.
1-0.
Pope, Tarkovsky, me. I don't see any goals going in.
We got Newcastle versus Southampton then. Both teams playing really bad at the moment. For me, that's gonna be a 0-0 for me. I just think both teams don't have any confidence. I think they'll both happily take a draw. I think at the moment.
I think Southampton have got a point to prove. I'm gonna say 2-0 Southampton.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Southampton.
Actually, no, because their squad's really struggling, isn't it?
Their squad's struggling at the minute, but they got Bednarek back because his red was turned over.
Newcastle. I'm thinking about that. I'm going to go Newcastle.
Score?
2-0.
I reckon a 1-1. Bit of a boring game.
Then we're going to go Fulham versus West Ham. For me, again, it's quite obvious. West Ham absolutely flying. I'm going to go...
Ham derby, innit?
Yeah, 2-0. 2-0 West Ham. 2-0 West Ham.
No, I don't see anything within Fulham. I'm going to go 4-0 West Ham.
Potato salad, hat-trick.
Wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Yeah, I'm just going to go for a 2-1 West Ham.
Big game then tomorrow night. We've got Man United versus Everton.
Very big game.
Everton a bit of a bogey team for United,
I'm
isn't
they? Go 2-all.
Always.
2-all. I think United at home haven't been good. Obviously, they just won 9-0.
Ever since United sacked the title off to Everton, when they drew 4-all and Fellaini scored like the last minute, like
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just get scared of Everton.
I'm 2-2.
I'm more scared of going to Everton than playing Everton. I feel like we'll be all right at home. They'll probably score first, and then I reckon 3-1 come back.
I'm just gonna go for a 2-1 United.
Yeah, I'll go 3-1.
Going on to Sunday then, 12 o'clock kickoff. We've got Spurs versus West Brom. It's quite sad that I don't know which way this will go.
It's got to be Spurs. It's got to be.
I don't know.
I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going 1-1. Big Sam is going to get a point. 1-1.
I'm going to go 1-0 West Brom. I don't know.
I think we're getting carried away a bit, yeah.
I just watching Spurs against Chelsea, like they were awful. They didn't create anything.
No.
I'm going to say 2-0 Spurs.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. I reckon 2-0 Spurs.
Nice game then, 2 o'clock, Wolves versus Leicester. It looks good, but then I think, again, Leicester just flying at the moment. Maddison's on the form of his life at the moment. He's playing himself into that.
He's stepping up now that Vardy's not there as well.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Leicester. I think.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll go 2-0 Leicester.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Leicester.
For Wolves win, so 1-0 Wolves.
Really small half-full kickoff. We've got Liverpool versus Man City. No Mane versus no De Bruyne.
Mane's back.
Is he back?
Mane, Alisson's back. Kabak's available.
It's 2-0 City.
Fabinho's back.
2-0 City or 2-1. You might score.
Liverpool turn up, I reckon.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 us.
Oh, you got to back your team, though. You got to back your team.
I just think big games, Liverpool turn up. We got all Mane, Alisson, Fabinho, Kabak can play now. I'd back us.
There's no excuses now.
Literally no excuses now.
So you've seen it here first. So when they lose 4-0, it's I don't know what goal I was going to say.
The only excuse is that for City now is that Kevin De Bruyne's not there.
Yeah.
It's the only big player that's going to be. Obviously, Van Dijk's missing, but you've got a decent replacement now.
I say 2-0. I reckon 2-0.
2-0. Mark, what are you saying?
I think it's just going to be 0-0.
Yeah, I'd back a 0-0.
It's another top 6 game. They've all been dead this year. This will be the most exciting of the top 6s, I think. But
the most exciting of the dead games. You might have like 2 target.
Yeah.
No, I'm going 3 home defeats on the bounce, and I'm going to go 2-1 City.
Next one.
Sheffield United versus Chelsea. If Lampard was in charge, I don't think I'd have much faith. But now we've got people in charge. There's a lot of shape. Defensively, we've been really solid. I think
you're going to batter them.
I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea. 3-0. I think.
Yeah. I'll say 3-1.
3-1.
Say 3-0.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Sheffield. I think Sheffield are gonna do it.
No chance.
Sheffield have hit form. Chelsea just play 5 back and try and counter. So does Sheffield. It's just going to be who's going to be the better at countering. That's all it is.
If we played Spurs off the park, then we're going to play Sheffield United off the park.
Spurs are awful. We played Spurs off the park and lost to Brighton.
Then we got the last one: Leeds versus Palace. 2-0 Leeds. Bounce back.
Yeah, it's 3-1.
2-1 Palace.
Crawley. What'd you say?
Yeah, I can't hear him.
3-1 Leeds.
3-1 Leeds. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, follow. I don't even know what it is. Just do it. We'll probably be back sometime.
A video will be up before next Saturday. With another one. So
thank you all for watching.
Yeah. Appreciate you all.
Shout out Josh Croft joining us.
Yeah, big up the main man.
We got JC. We've got like 2 seconds left, so we're just gonna chill it out. Thank you all.
See you all next week.